What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I have another Nitro fragrance from Dumont that was sent to me by the perfume box. I'm slowly going through the collection, and this is another one. It's pretty impressive. Now, it's not one of my absolute favorites. I wouldn't put it in the top 3 from the line, but it's still a really good fragrance in its own right that a lot of people can get some joy from. We are talking about the original Nitro Pour Homme, or Nitro Brown if you want to go by the color of the bottle. So we're going to dive into this review, so stay tuned. Now, as soon as you spray this one, at least for me, I'm reminded of a few things. Mont Blanc Woods and Spices, Nico Sculpture. Similar orange blossom, spice, and woods, but the difference here is there's a lot more citrus. It smells of higher quality than a Nico Sculpture. It performs in the range, which we'll discuss in a little bit, of a Montal Wood and Spices, while kind of maintaining its own twist on them. Again, the multitude of citruses here are dominant in the opening with this kind of slightly powdery, somewhat scratchy orange blossom note, a lot of nutmeg, cardamom, spice to really liven this thing up. And a nice woody backdrop, which nutmeg also provides kind of this dry, woody, spicy smell. Not just spice, it also has a woody nuance to it. This is one that the cedar is going to kind of shine with as well with the nutmeg. So very woodsy dominant, a woody, spicy fragrance with a lot of citrus is the way I would kind of come across with the classification of this one. Even though the focal point is the orange blossom, I think the supporting notes shine just as hard. This one's very interesting. Now, if you don't like those scent profiles, you won't like this because it's very much in the same family, even more so of like a Vanilla Liss Parfums de Marly Altaire. Like, it's kind of still in the same vein because I think that shares a similar DNA to these as well. Again, with having its own twist, having more vanilla to it and sweetness and such. So they all offer their own merit, but they are very redundant to one another. So you have to keep that in mind. So it does smell really good. It's a great everyday wear for somebody that is a fan of this type of scent profile, which I've very much been enjoying. It's just, you know, it can't hold a candle to Nitro Red and Nitro Intense and Nitro Green for me, I think, are probably my top 3. There's a bunch of really good stuff in this line, and this one is indeed really good, and its rating will reflect such, but not as good as some of the other ones in the line. Let's talk about the performance. So there's another one. Beast. Every single one of them so far, none of them have failed me for being a beast. Another one falls easily in that 8 to 10 hour range. Again, it would go beyond 10 hours if I wasn't taking showers at that point and scrubbing it off. But projection on the heavier side, I would say moderate to heavy for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then the sillage here is moderate. Nice whiffs of it throughout the day. Again, they all kind of consistently perform the same to one another. It's interesting the way they're different scent profiles, blended, you know, just different fragrances, but they all seem to perform pretty much equally from one another, literally fragrance to fragrance down the whole line. They're all beastly fragrances, not quite nuclear, but I definitely would categorize them as beast mode. And this one, nothing different. Final thoughts on Nitro Pour Homme, or Nitro Brown, if you want to call them, based off of the colors of the bottle, because they are different colors for each one of them. I would say this is a very good fragrance. Again, I think every single fragrance in this line has been a great pickup. They all perform well. None of them smell overly synthetic. This one's the same way. It doesn't come across overly synthetic. Again, it smells higher quality than this. And I would say on par, maybe a little less quality than the Montal fragrance. So it kind of falls in between, if you will. So I think it's a 7.5 out of 10, very good fragrance. Again, very good, hence the rating it got. Just not as good for my personal taste as something like Red, Green, Platinum, and Intense, for example, are both very good as well. It's worth checking out. If you like those scent profiles, I would encourage you to check it out. There's a link below with a discount code if you're interested. But yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on Nitro Pour Homme. Once again, thank you, Perfume Box, for sending this my way, giving me the opportunity to test it, spend some time with it, and bring this review to my audience. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried it? What do you think about it? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you disagree with my assessment? It's all just my opinion and experience and what I get from it. Yours might be a little bit different. You never know. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Nitro Pour Homme and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.